In today's video, we are discussing about the 7 tasks of Technohack internship in which we have to make a dashboard using Power BI. In this task, I'm not using the dataset of house sale analysis. I'm using the dataset of company employers dataset because the competition is running on the house sale analysis. So I'm using company employer dataset. You simply just go have to the file which is given by Technohack and then press on dataset 1 download, and you have access to a different kind of dataset. You can use whatever dataset you think better represent your visualization. I'm using the company employer dataset. You can see we have company employer dataset, which is the first dataset for me. Might be it be changed for you. It might be second dataset. As you can see, it has 1,000 rows and it has a column name of gender, exit date, and much more other column. And here is the preview dataset. If you go down, and there is an option like download employee dataset. If you click on this, you can get and download the employee dataset. When you download this dataset, we have two files: CSV file, Microsoft CSV file, or Microsoft Excel file. I'm using Microsoft Excel file for my analysis. So if you wanted to do the CSV file, you can do that both the dataset. In both the CSV dataset and Excel dataset, we have the same data, just the format of the file is changed. And now if we discuss about what we have to do in this analysis, in our what we make in this dashboard. So firstly, I'm using the average salary of employer, and then I wanted to visualize average annual salary by gender, and then average annual salary by age, like what is the effect of age, like in which age, like 27 might be 28 might be 30, what is the average annual salary of a person. And I wanted to visualize average annual salary by country, like which country has more average annual salary, and then I visualize average annual salary by city, like which city has a more average annual salary, and then average annual salary by hire date. Then I wanted to see what which has a higher annual salary by hire rate, and then wanted to visualize average annual salary by business unit, like which business unit has more average annual salary, either it be marketing or something else. Average annual salary by job unit, job title. Then I wanted to see that which job title has been more average salary. And lastly, I have to visualize average annual salary by department, like which department has been more and average annual salary. So let's start our analysis. Today we are discussing about the 7 tasks of Technohack internship in which we have to make a dashboard using Power BI. I'm simply going to get data and then Excel workbook, and then I get my data where I save it. And in this data file we have two tables, TPL employer and data. Basically both the data set have been same, so I'm just using TPL employers table. Because both the tables have same data, so I'm just using TPL employer dataset. I'm just make the background of the canvas into black just for my convenience, but if you wanted to make it white, you can do it. I'm going into my table view, and then checking the data types. As you can see into above pan, that all the columns that have numerical data have whole number or decimal number, data type, and all the columns that have text data have the text data type. So data types are correct. I just wanted to make the bonus into decimal point and then changing decimal into 1, while all the other things are set clear, like data types are correct. Now I'm just using text box and setting the title of our dashboard by making its font size into 32. I'm making it underline. Now I'm creating new measure for average annual salary to know about what is the average annual salary of a person. I'm using the function of average and then our table name and then column name of average annual salary. By using this function we can find the average of annual salary column. And now I'm representing my data in the form of visual card. And I'm making this decimal point into 0 just for better look. Now I'm going to represent my annual salary and gender, but I think it is better represented in the form of pie chart, and I'm using the average of annual salary instead of sum of annual salary in my visualization. So I just change in going into the values and then changing sum of sum of annual salary into average of annual salary. Now I'm just changing the value size of our visual card. Because there is not much more place for us to take a lot of visual in our dashboard, so I'm making the size of visual card a little bit low. Now I'm choosing annual salary and the country by using a donut chart. And same I'm using average annual salary by country, and now I'm choosing annual salary by city. And we have to change into average of annual salary in by city rather than to be a sum of annual salary. Now I'm taking age and then annual salary. And same for the age, I'm using average of annual salary. Now you can see it, the age of 26 and age of almost for 25 to 65. What is the average annual salary of peoples? Now I'm using average salary by high rate, and I'm just taking year and I'm removing quarter, day and month. And I'm representing this data in the form of line chart because we are representing dates like time periods, so it's better to represent in the form of line chart rather than it be any other chart. Now I'm using annual salary with authenticity, but for some user this authenticity is not allowed, like they did not want it to record their authenticity, so I'm just removing it because it may cause some issues, sensitive issues, so I'm just removing this authenticity option. But if you want to take that, you can do that. Now I'm using annual salary by department and I'm choosing average of annual salary. Now I'm representing average salary by business unit. I'm just rearranging my graphs, or you might say charts, because I wanted to align the same. Because I wanted to group these charts into same manner. Like I wanted to use department, business unit and job title as a one group, and while all the other things like country and city are in the one group and all the other columns are in the another group, just for better representation. Now I'm using annual salary and job title. There is a lot of job titles here, so I'm just setting the filter of top 10. By using this filter method, and we have to drag the field in which we have to filter and then using count. If you use the first of the job title, then you did not get the result that you wanted. You have to use the count of job title in the filter section, and then you can get the result that you wanted. Now I'm changing the column chart into line chart in the average of annual salary by age. I think area chart is a better representation of our data. I just wanted to check that business unit by annual salary can be represented in which form of visualization. I think so bar chart is better representation, while all the other charts are not representing our data into much more clear manner. So I'm using bar chart for business unit and also for department. And also for job title. I'm just rearranging my visualization for better representation. You wanted to annual salary by age into form of a line chart. It is also a better representation. If you don't want to use area chart, you can use line chart. Now I just wanted to rename my charts. I'm using just annual salary instead of average of annual salary, because we know that we're using average salary in all the visualization, so we do not need to use this average of annual salary. We just use annual salary. And now I'm changing the sum of annual salary into average of annual salary in our city column, and also in the other columns in which there is no average salary. And I'm also changing the name of the columns by keeping this annual salary and removing this average of into the column names of all visuals. By using the average of annual salary, we will get the average amount in every department, in every business unit, in every job title, in every year, and in every age, and all the other variables that are involved in our visualization. But if we get the sum, then we only get the results according to our data set. Like if we wanted to use the sum of um, for example, we can take the sum of annual salary, average annual salary by job title. If we can take this column, then you can see we will get the sum of one job title salaries and then sum of another job title salary. But using this average function, we can get that what is the average salary that a person can pay using this specific kind of a job title. And same is the method using for all the other variables that involve in our dashboard. Now, in the form of annual salary by gender and annual salary by country, the donor chart, I'm just using the percentage of our data instead of their values, because percentage better represent our data set. And I'm opening the data labels of annual salary by city. And I think in the case of anniversary by age and anniversary by year, in which I'm using area chart and the line chart, the data labels are not better represented over data. It's make a lot of rush. It's not look better. So I'm not using data labels into the age and the year visualization. Now I'm using data labels in anniversary by business unit. I'm making into inside. And same for anniversary by job title, and then for anniversary by department. I'm opening the data labels and setting this position into inside head. Now removing x-axis into the visualization, which I make the data label on, because data label represent our data, so we do not need to use x-axis. Now if we click on female, then our whole dashboard represent the data about the females, like in which job title, what is their salary, and in year, in age, department, business unit, country, city, and gen. And same is for female. But if you double click on any one of the filters, then your whole data is reset as it is above and is previously done. Now if you look at any of the visual, like if you click on the Brazil data in our country, then our whole data set represent the data about Brazil. Now if you go to the view tab, and I'm just changing the dashboard color into this black color, innovative theme, and I'm just going to canvas background and then making its transparency, changing its transparency. But before that, I'm just opening the visual borders of all our visualizations. These are all the measures that I'm taking to represent our dashboard into a better sense. If you wanted to change some other things, you can go to a journal tab and in the visual tab, and you can change it by your own according to your demands. Now I'm just going to canvas background and setting it transparency into almost almost 90, because this is the good way to represent our data. Now I'm just changing the name of our page name 1 into employer anniversary. So this is all about the 7 tasks of Technohack internship, data analysis internship, in which we have to make a Power BI dashboard using our dataset. Thank you.